Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the BEYSIDE JEWEL. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good. Anyway, I thought I'd share with you a very interesting story that I probably should have shared with you a long time ago. But this is a story that's pretty inspiring to a lot of you, especially one who does a lot of meditation and trying to increase your superpowers within you, using your abilities to the fullest capacity. Okay? This is a story about our brother, Simeon Toko. He's a brother down in Angola, South Congos, I believe. This brother learned to use his superpower to his fullest capacity. And this is in your lifetime. Yeah. Many refer to him as a prophet. Down in the Congos, they refer to him as the Black Jesus that did exist. Yeah. This brother's superpower was so bad, he was healing people and performing great miracles, right? And he was doing so well till the governments found out about him. And eventually the cabal, those a lot people referred to as Illuminati or secret society, they found out about this brother and they witnessed his superpower. So they began a lot of attempts to try to assassinate this brother, right? I could tell you that they kidnapped him and began putting bullets in his head. Yeah, they shot the brother down. And before they knew it, the brother got back up and there was no holes in his head, no blood, not a drop of blood or anything. And they were shocked. That's how his superpowers were. The bullets didn't affect him. And I could tell you about another thing they did was they tricked the brother. The brother was on a job, I assume some kind of farming job or something. But they told him, maybe his supervisor told him that there was grass stuck up under the blades and they needed to be cleaned, right? So, him not thinking, he went out there and he said, I'll get the grass up off the blades, And he didn't know the foreman was sitting in the tractor, right? So when he got up under there, the foreman turned the tractor on and the blades just chopped them up, right? And there was a Portuguese man standing close. He was in on it, trying to assassinate our brother, right? So yeah, they chopped him up, but before they could finish celebrating, the brother walked up, all his body parts came right back together, and he just looked at them, The Portuguese man started running. He couldn't believe his eyes, right? And I'll tell you about another episode they did. Yeah, also, you guys, Simeon Toko had something going on around his heart. And so he needed some kind of surgery or something. And when he went to have this thing removed, what they did was they removed his heart. Removed the brother's heart. This was, this is what the cabal could have done. They got the power to control the doctors and everything else. Yeah, so they took his heart out. And he was supposed to be just getting some little tumor or something removed. And when they took the man's heart out, Simeon Toko set up and said, "Why do you people wish to prosecute me?" He said, "Put my heart back inside of me." Man, they freaked out and they got his heart back inside of him. But yeah, anytime you have this kind of superpower, you become a threat. And I imagine in these days here, just like Simeon Toko said, there's going to be more to come with superpowers. And that's what it's going to take to correct this shit. So think about it. Think about it. They kidnapped the brother and put him on a plane, right? And on the plane, they had a lot of equipment that they use, some kind of grinder to grind him up again. Try grinding him up, and then they were gonna throw his body parts all over the place. So they grind him up on the plane, and then they came and docked the plane, and they had fighter jets to fly his body parts to different parts of the world. They figured if they could, spread his body parts across the planet, that would be it. And they were doing this because a man with this kind of power is a threat to them, right? So they did that. They spread his body parts to all four corners of the earth. And before they can get back to their office, he was in there waiting for them. So they were just like tripping. They were just like tripping. Yeah, this is the superpower that this brother actually possessed. And this is not a fairy tale. There are many people in the Congos that know this story and throughout even Africa. But they never allowed this story to really get spread it, across the world. Because they don't want you to know the power that you could have within you. They don't want you to know that us melanated beings have this kind of power, So I'm gonna tell you, they did this again. They tricked him and told him, okay, we're gonna take you to the United Nations so you can tell them, explain about your super abilities, right? This is what they did. So he thought he was going on a plane to the United Nations. And when he got on the plane, they shot him in the head again. And this time, they were going to throw him out the plane, right? They figured thousands of miles up, this would certainly destroy this man, right? So they shot him up in the head again. And they began to, get ready to throw him out. And the brother came back and he said, "Stop this plane." And the plane stopped in midair. They were all freaking out. And the plane did not budge until he got ready to tell them, "Now take me down." After he did a prayer, they said. And he said, "Now take me down." And they took the brother down. I also heard about another episode where they got him and they just had maybe 10 soldiers just put bullets into this brother, just assassinate him. And they had him behind a bush, and before they could pack their guns up, he come walking back out of the bush. So you guys, I thought I'd share this story with you because you've heard so many of us talking about superpowers, myself included, talking about superpowers, using the crystals, meditation, and herbs, including what's it called, monotonic gold in your body, right? Because believe it or not, there is gold in your body. As a matter of fact, there's everything that's on the earth is in our bodies. Copper, right? Zinc, gold, silver too, and crystals are in your body. So this is a story to encourage you to continue to meditate, because also the end of his story, he told the people, he said, I can see you guys don't want me here. He says, but you better be prepared because there's going to be more like me to come, and you won't be able to stop them, right? He said that to them. And there was also a episode where he summons his angels, right? And I think this was in the Congos where they had Belgian soldiers there. So he summons his army. And his army was little bitty little people. Stronger than anything probably on earth. Because from what I understand is one of the little guys by himself took one of these I don't know, maybe 20-ton trucks and just threw it over, knocked it over. This is part of his army, and they were all little bitty people. So, and then I heard they just vanished at a twinkle of an eye, So this power within us does exist, does. And this is a story that they don't want you to know. But I got a little clip I'm going to share with you to kind of give you a better idea of the story. Okay? Stay tuned.
So much about Angola that automatically took me back to Simeon Toko. And they kind of set up over here. The God back, Jesus came back, if you want to believe that Jesus was here before. He came back in the form of Simeon Toko. And most people don't know about it. All over Europe, they talked about the events and things that happened with Simeon Toko. Most black people over here don't even know if Simeon Toko existed. And he's the one that came back and was, he was the one that helped to raise the Togolushki, which defeated the British Army. He's the one that began to supposedly, they captured him. They cut out his heart. Supposedly he comes into the room and said, why did you cut out my heart? They had some British, Albanian or some mercenaries there that were from someplace, I forget. But anyway, they supposedly got him and cut him to pieces, put him in a bag or something like this, came back to collect their tithes from all that they had done, and the man came back to collect their tithes from all that they had done, and the man walks out of the bush and starts talking to them. There are too many, and the one that I think got world headlines is when they said they finally were going to kill him. They put him on a plane, took him over the Atlantic Ocean, and they're going to push him out. Said, no, you will not push me out, and the plane began to fall down like a helicopter. And these people started screaming and going crazy, and he said, if I die, you die. And so again, they finally took him.
The plane stopped in midair.
There you go. And that story was all over Europe.
And I know it's hard for people to believe on his phone. Please, Dr. Blair, can you spell his name out for them so they can Google this man? I just got put up on him myself, and I was blown away. Okay?
Oh, yes.
He did all the miracles. He done it. He's documented.
To make a movie on. In fact, some blacks ought to make
conspiracy.
Well, again, I-M-E-O Simeon Toki, T-O-K-I-E or T-O-K-E. I'm not really sure about that last name. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And this is the one of the things. They had all Europeans were going crazy about that. And what this man was able to do in this army that he raised of the little ones, the Tokaliski, and they saw them in there and they went crazy because these things were coming up out of the earth. They seemed to be third or fourth dimensional. Oh, yeah. Now, that's what they should make a movie on.
I've been seeing a lot of videos about the man from Africa who the government was trying to kill, but they couldn't really kill him. You know, they did all kind of bad stuff to him. I just want to let y'all know he was a Bantu man. He was an Israelite by blood. a saint, real saint. His name was Simeon Toko. They cut his heart out and everything. You see that? And they told him. He told them when his heart was out that there's many more like him that's gonna come in the future, and they ain't gonna be able to stop what's gonna happen.
All right, you guys. So yeah, this is the story of Simeon Toko. So do some research on this and you know, verify the story for yourself. A lot of Caucasian people know about this story also. So yeah, do your research on this and continue to do your spiritual work, your meditations, because like he said, one day there's going to be more like him, and they're not going to be able to stop us. So till next time, y'all, I'm your host, Brother Bay from the BEYSIDE JEWEL. We signing out. Peace.